training, combat sports, martial arts, boxing, Muay Thai, MMA, Jiu-Jitsu, wrestling. Like that's been my mode for regulating since the beginning of time. Since I was born, that was my mode. Unknowingly, I didn't know that that's what I was doing. But yeah, I just know that I would get really irritated and annoyed really easily if I just didn't get a big sort of like a big sweat on, playing some sort of sport where I really have to exert myself, you know, with other people. Do you know what I love? I love talking shit. I loved playing basketball and just talking mad shit. That was so fun. They can't do that anymore. They're not allowed to talk anymore. Actually, I don't even know if that's true. Can you talk shit in basketball? Are you allowed to do that? Like in the NBA, are they allowed to talk shit? Because I feel like, I know Gary Payton was one of the best shit talkers. I know Michael Jordan was a good shit talker. But like if you've got somebody that's like the MVP shit talker, wouldn't you want to mic them up? Wouldn't you want to put one of these on them and just listen to him the whole game, just talk shit? That'd be great. Like imagine Michael Jordan, like you mic that guy up and somebody annoys him, right? And he takes it personal, and then, you know, you just capture all of the stuff that he says, man, while he's cooking you. Because that's the worst part, right? Like if you're just like talking shit, but you're not effective, it's like, all right, well, that's kind of funny. But if somebody's talking shit to you and they're cooking you, bro, that's upsetting. That's really upsetting. But if you're talking shit to somebody else and you're cooking them, that will put you in a good mood for at least a week, I reckon. And if you captured it, dude, if you like got it on camera, man, that'd be awesome. But yeah, it's always been like my way of getting my mood right, getting my head right, getting my spirit right. You know what I mean? I've just got to check it. Because I know, like, when my thoughts bounce and, like, I've got all this energy in my body, and then I just know my brain starts to, like, just go on overdrive for some reason. That's why we train. That's why I set up my little garage to train. Like, dude, we're just a bunch of like dads. You know what I mean? Like, most of us are just dads. We're like 40. Like a bunch of 40-year-olds punching each other in the face, strangling each other, just cracking on. Bunch of 40-year-olds. Imagine that. And we're goofing off, we're laughing. Like, it's not even about winning or losing. It's about talking shit. It really is. We talk so much shit. From the warm-up to when we like dap up and say goodbye. But that's one of the most fun parts about it. And I get to do that with my mates and my family 2 times a week. Yeah, sometimes you have cool moments, sometimes you're locked in, and sometimes you actually learn something. But you know, the best thing about it is when my kids train. I get my kids to train on the, you know, on the Sunday after the dads train, and they get to see that positive interaction with other dudes, man. Like, it's cool. Like, we're cracking each other in the face, but then we're hugging each other afterwards. It's, you know, I know it might be confusing for some, but you know, violence and love can exist in the same relationship, provided that there are strong agreements that, you know, I'm gonna crack you. I'm not gonna crack you as hard as I can crack you, but I'm gonna touch you just hard enough to let you know that I could have cracked you pretty hard. But I've gotta keep it light enough so that you don't get mad. But I've gotta make sure that I give you enough contact to keep you honest. Because if I'm touching you and you don't respect the power behind it, you're just gonna walk through it and then you're gonna crack me. So I've gotta give you just enough oomph so that you respect the shot enough to be defensively responsible. But that's a very complicated and nuanced concept to grasp. But if you spend enough time in the gym, you'll know that some of the guys and girls that you meet in these martial arts, combat sports gyms, they are some of the most smart and sensitive and deep thinkers that you'll ever meet in your life. They're also, were they just beeping their horn at me? Goose? Had heaps of time. Crazy. But yeah, they're also some of the silliest and just outrageous people you ever meet. But we all have that understanding. We all have that agreement. And it's like that sliding scale, that fine line of respectful sparring. And respectful means like not taking it lightly and actually giving you the shot, landing the shot enough for you to react naturally, right? So there's got to be enough urgency so that you can develop your defense as well. But and each person's different, man. Obviously, like if you're a bigger person, you're gonna have to like modulate your strength. Whereas the little person, the smaller fighter, little person, is that like, I feel even saying little person is kind of like politically incorrect for some reason, even though it's not. But anyway, like the smaller fighter has to be a bit speedier. But it's funny because they don't have to really regulate their speed. That's a conversation for another day. But anyway, I didn't even know what I was. Anyway, just ranting. But yeah, speaking of which, I'm gonna go in and clean this gym, and I'm gonna move some things around. I'm gonna move a shelf around so that we've got a bit more room, because there's a few more people coming through the garage now, which is hilarious because I guess people like it. So I better do my best to clean it up and make it as presentable as possible. So, alright, I'll talk to you.